Okay, next up we're converting degrees to radians. So we're given a problem that says convert 105 degrees to radians. Well, in order to find radians, you can multiply by a very simple metric, and this is pi over 180. This is very important. Remember this. Multiply any degree number by pi over 180, and that will tell you its measure in radians. So 105 multiplied by pi over 180 is the same as saying 105 pi over 180, because you multiply, because if you think about this, it's actually 105 over 1. But anyways, I digress. 105 pi over 180. Now this is a fine answer, but you want to simplify this further. So what you can do is you can look for the greatest common factor, and the greatest common factor between 105 and 180 is 15. So divide both of those by 15, you find you end up with 7 over 12, and 7 over 12 cannot be divided any further in any reasonable way, so your answer is 7 pi over 12. And that is a measure in radians. You've now gotten all the way from 105 to radians. So what about the reverse? What about going from radians to degrees? Well, that one's actually not so hard either. You just do the opposite of what you regularly do. So if you're given 9 pi's and told to convert it to degrees, all you have to do is multiply 9 pi by the inverse of what we used last time, which was pi over 180, but now it's 180 over pi. So 9 pi times 180 over pi. And the reason you're doing this is because you want pi's to cancel out, because there'd be a pi on top and a pi on the bottom. So 9 pi multiplied by 180 is 1,620, which is going around 4 times and ends up actually being 180 degrees. But you want to write down 1,620 as your answer. Now what happens if you get a more complicated one than just 9 pi, which is simple? Like let's say 19 pi over 36. Ooh, that one looks juicy and very complex, doesn't it? Well, it's not. You do the same damn thing. 19 pi times 180 and 36 times pi. You find you have 3,420 pi over 36 pi. Your pi's cancel out. You end up with a juicy, crunchy 95 degrees as your answer. Very simple. So remember, you just multiply it by 180 over pi, and you will always find your right answer.